Hello, my name is Scott Hetman with boberdoo.com, and today we're going to talk about lead exclusivity. More specifically, whether you should sell leads exclusively or non-exclusively. So as you probably know, with Boberdoo, you have the ability to sell leads either exclusively or non-exclusively, no matter what your business model is. But today we're going to talk a little bit about what you should consider when going down either of those two paths. So there's essentially two things to consider. The first is the user experience, and the second is the business logic or the business issue itself. So first, when we're considering the user experience, I think it's very important that your actual process that the lead encounters is as close to the anticipated process that the lead expects to go through as possible. And so by that I mean, does the lead anticipate to receive multiple quotes when they land on that URL, or are they expecting to be contacted by one service provider? So if you think of the dating apps as an analogy, take Christian Mingle or Match.com. My guess is that you would leave a lot of pissed off people in your wake if you go through those two apps and have a lot of one-night stands. And the reason is that the people that typically sign up for those apps are anticipating other people looking for a monogamous relationship. Whereas if you were to go on to Grindr or a Tinder type of app, you probably will freak a lot of people out if you start talking marriage after one interaction. And the reason is those people are not looking for a monogamous relationship. They are not looking for a single quote, if you will, but to get a non-exclusive interaction with somebody. And so just like people that go on those dating apps with specific expectations, your leads are coming to your web properties similarly. And so it's very important that you match the anticipated process or experience that the lead goes through with the actual one as closely as possible. The second issue is the business issue itself. And so that is, how do you maximize your revenue? And so with Boberdoo, there is a process in place called scenarios. So your Boberdoo lead system will actually evaluate the sum of your non-exclusive buyers and compare that against your best exclusive buyers in that environment to maximize your revenue. The second thing that you have to consider is your demand relative to supply. Typically, non-exclusive lead sellers do better when there's more demand than supply. And the reason is because an unoptimized slot in a non-exclusive sale can often hurt more than the additional revenue earned from a non-exclusive sale. And by that I mean it's very important for you to have coverage so that your leads are maxed out to the maximum number of slots that you're selling them for each time. The second thing that you need is control over your marketing spend. So for example, if you're running all paid search ads, you have a lot of control over where and when those ads are being shown. So you can then match that to your current demand and make changes as your demand changes. However, if you're running bulk email, for example, it's very difficult to determine specifically where or when a conversion to your landing page is going to happen, because you can't control when somebody opens up the email that you send. And so in those cases, you can utilize the ping post process to work with other lead sellers to increase that coverage so that you can offer that non-exclusive lead sale. So in conclusion, the decision to sell leads exclusively or non-exclusively ultimately rests with our clients because you do have the ability to do both with Boberdoo. But when you're figuring out which way you want to go, it's important to consider first and foremost the user experience and make sure that that is going to match their anticipated process as closely as possible. The second thing to consider is how you most likely will maximize your revenue. And then lastly, consider the ping post process as a way to plug the gaps or to increase your coverage so that you can venture into those non-exclusive lead sales. So I'm sure there's many more use cases, and we'd be happy to explore those with you. Please feel free to give us a call or to visit our website. That's boberdoo.com, boberdoo.com. My name is Scott Hetman. Thanks a lot for joining us.